Hi, hello, welcome to the Daily Tarot Buffet brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. And I was sent to deliberate the findings for the transiting moon into Leo, Leova. And I just saw the Hangman card, which represents Sky Daddy. So, okay, so when I said that word, Sky Daddy, I heard Adibaba. So, anyways, long story short, that energy is exalted in Leo. So we have a ninth house event because we're still in Sagittarius season for a few more days. This transit is going to go between the 17th and the 20th, depending on where you are on the surface of the planet, give or take about half a day, half a day. King of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Now, if anything that is said resonates deeply with you, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. And again, my name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I was your oracle today. I'm sent to deliberate the findings for the period between the 17th and the 20th, give or take about half a day, depending on where you are and the planet. Okay, so there's some action being taken here. There seems to have been either terms and conditions placed by the universe, but there's passage being created with the Six of Swords. There is a seal of protection or the promise of like a material beginning, some kind of opportunity for growth that's divinely granted, confirmed by the Six of Wands. Okay. So it seems like the demons and the sorcerers are after whatever we got going on, and they've tried to bind it down in some way. But let's not talk about that because the ninth house is when we expand back into spirit. We leave away the karma and the conundrum and the crossing and the competition. And, that's just that cascading cacophony of compound kind of karmic, challenging contestation energy. There are terms and conditions. It feels like karma is making things kind of move left, right, sideways, or center. And there is this energy here of an offense, Three of Swords, an offense being lodged, maybe some kind of complaint on a karmic level, a cosmic level. Okay, girl, you're gonna have to lay down. Just figure it out. Okay, bye. Maybe she won't keep getting up and getting down because she'll do that. And she'll just sit there not doing anything. She won't lay down right away. It means she misses cuddle time. So I am getting that there's an offense or a complaint being lodged. Okay. Because now we have the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Wands. With this Queen of Pentacles and the Leo card here, the Strength, we're having to unbind ourselves in some kind of way. There was an attempt to repress us, to block us. And it's just the karmic functions in the universe. Let's call it Central Shima, fundamental darkness. It doesn't need to be a person, place, or thing. Oftentimes we're unhealed, unawakened. Oftentimes that there is some kind of shocking and jocking and follow nature where the energies, entities, ideologies are not able to say like, hey, I adore you, I admire you, I like what you got going on, I wish I could be you, I wish I had what you have, I'm a little jelly. There is also this energy of Mars and Leo. So that's also divine protection in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. And that's what I'm feeling. As a collective, we're beginning to move into alignment, meaning as divine beings, we're falling into formation. With the calling on our life and the divine mission we're here to embark upon. So we're needing growth, or we're needing opportunities for growth, because that's the only thing we're going to work on. It's not like we're lacking, even though it might appear that way to some. Let's not talk about those people. We have a knowledge of ourselves. We've kind of ventured through the darkness, 8th house. We're emerging into the light, 9th house. We're going on faith, not by sight, 9th house. We're aligned with the divine, 9th house. We have God duties and obligations, 9th house. We're moving towards the sacred, not the profane, 9th house. And we have come out of some energy, entity, ideology of being bound, being conscripted, being waylaid, being triangulated, being weighed down, made tired, made wrong, made blame, ostracized, vilified, attacked, targeted, because there's light alive in us. That's the proverbial flame that attracts all the moths. So it's clear for those who might be watching our path or watching our future or within our own self that we're only going towards growth. We see a lot of illusion, delusion, confusion. We see a lot of glamour, a lot of gassing, a lot of mirage. We see a lot of matrix energy, and it's not affecting us in the way that it used to. So we can use that energy to conjure up a bigger, brighter, and better future, to manifest something out of whatever's happening. It's like, if you give us shit, we're going to turn around and give a little crap. If you give us the raw material like food, we're going to make it a meal. If you give us a house, we're going to make it a home. If you give us love, we're going to make it devotion. If you give us shade, we're going to, you hear what I'm saying? So you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes. What wasn't aware, and this is not about any particular person, this is about us. I need to talk about other energies to give contrast, development, and meaning to us. So in this situation, when we're a divine being and we're on our sacred path, fulfilling our divine mission, and there's an energy around us, an environment, around a location, a person, place, or thing, that is a detractor to try to defame our character, deny our gifts, block our destiny in some kind of way. It might work for a moment, for 3 seconds or 2, but if it does, it's because that's being turned into a lesson. See, we grow through what we go through, and that's not a characteristic of the other team. They take everything as an offense, they take everything as an affront, and we're not in this space, in this place where we're looking over our shoulder, worrying about what the other side is doing. We don't care right now. We're just now figuring out why things are getting easier, why things have been difficult, and what's going on specifically. That's why I'm talking about the other side. We went through a lot of darkness, a lot of attack, a lot of delays, a lot of all of that energy, and then some. And it's made us this sparkly diamond, and we're just beginning to realize how many facets we have to our energy. We're just now starting to realize just how powerful we are, and it's the power of our spirit. It's not about being willful, but we do have an indomitable will. We weren't ever thinking that, and we weren't trying to say that. That's not what was alive in us. We were just overcoming things. We were just leaning into our strength, courage, and wisdom. We were just finding our emotional fortitude, which of course was tested and contested. There was a complaint filed in the universe, thinking that we were too high on our horse, that we were too big for our britches, or whatever the language is, which means that we didn't deserve the station that we were building for ourselves. There was a contestation to our see, this is what I'm talking about. There was a contestation to our birthright and our destiny. Not only were we supposed to come in and have a legacy, but we were a legacy. Meaning we've been here before, and our energy is known by many other names. So there seems to be an ease and a grace that a lower vibrational being would think, oh, you have it too easy. Oh, you should be struggling more. Oh, it shouldn't become that naturally for you. Yes, honey, it does for a reason, but it doesn't mean that the calling on my life and the station that I'm standing into and the destiny that I'm fulfilling doesn't have its own problems. If you want to copy my style, if you want to copy my grace, if you want to get my anointing, that comes with its own set of problems. A politician's always going to have to worry about their reputation. A wealthy person's always going to have to worry about unscrupulous individuals, people with ulterior motives. You know, the rich family member is always going to have to worry about people butting up to them for their money. You know, every little station, every big station in life has its own set of problems. A poor person's going to have to worry about putting food on the table and paying the rent for that month. You know, a teacher's always going to have to worry about the parents arguing with the faculty. You know, a student's always going to have to worry about getting good grades. You know, a pet owner is always going to have to worry about a hidden health issue rearing its ugly head with their pet. A driver is always going to have to worry about other cars on the road. A pedestrian is always going to have to worry about dark alleys and streets that are not well lit. You know, a waiter is always going to have to worry about customer satisfaction. An engineer is always going to have to worry about quality assurance. A lawyer is always going to have to worry about malpractice, errors and omissions. A doctor is always going to have to worry about malpractice. You hear what I'm saying? A runner is always going to have to worry about proper fueling and nutrition and rest and recovery. An athlete is always going to worry about having to keep their diet clean and make sure their blood is pure and there's no, you know, impurities there. Every station has its own set of problems. And so there's this energy here of, we now know that we got the golden ticket and we know to stay on and popping because we need to be guided by faith, not by sight. We need to stay pure and true and obedient to the Lord, and all these other detractors and diminishing aspects to our energy. We don't have to worry. We don't have to care. It's just right now, we are coming to find out why. We're starting to learn why whatever happened, happened. And we don't even know the entirety of the what happened. Okay, and that's the truth. That's the truth. Yeah, so the throne of the Lord the throne of the Most High has spoken, saying that now we're going to be given the practical knowledge to master whatever station that we've come into. The little missing piece here is that there's still going to be a little bit of disappointment. There's still going to be a little bit of hurt feeling. We may still be mourning and grieving. We might be feeling remorseful. We may still be sad, disappointed. We may still feel a little bit like we've been stripped, but not of our power. We've been stripped of the people around us. But to be honest, the cosmic flush happened. People got purged. Not everybody can go with us to the next level. The higher you go up the ladder, the less people there are. And it's not uncommon for us to be like, I'd rather have people in my life than have glory. And yes, but if you're divine, that's the job. The job is to shine bright like a diamond, realizing that everybody's going to try to act like sandpaper. And the few people who don't, those are our people. But even then, sandpaper is not going to dull our luster. It's just going to sharpen our facets. And that's not the commonality of the demonic class, the criminal class. They're going to think like, oh, if I hurt you, if I harm you, you're going to fall. You're going to come down the ladder. You're going to come down to my level. You're going to fall from grace. No, honey, you're actually going to build my station even higher. I'm actually stepping on the dirt you're throwing on me to build my platform. So if you don't like me, just withdraw your energy. Don't sit here and hate on me, because even if you send me toxic, malevolent, dirty, evil, sinister, wicked energy, I can transmute that and still use it to build. It's free gas. It's free press. I'm hearing free smoke. I don't know what that means, but I'm hearing that, free smoke. So now we have l'imperatore with the hangman here. It means ruling from behind the scenes. So the Lord, the divine, oh, Imperatrice, Imperatore. So the Lord, because the emperor actually means Lord. Empress means lady. And Lord doesn't always mean Allah, Buddha, Shekinah, Jehovah, Pachamama, whatever. It can just mean um, like the boss at the work is your Lord. I hate to say it that way, but if you understand how hierarchy means, Lord is somebody that's over you. Yeah, so there was some kind of contestation, but I said a complaint was filed because they're like, okay, well, this person's place in heaven isn't well deserved. Why do they get to go to heaven and I don't? And we don't know who these people are. It doesn't matter. It was showing us who we are, what we're about. And if we stay in alignment with the calling on our life, the mission we've come here to fulfill, okay, the cat is telling me she needs cuddle, so I'll handle up on that. And so the reason is that our heart is really just too pure. Over the next month, we're going to see all of the energy that went into making our heart dirty or unclean or whatever, or what have you. And it's not just over the next 2 weeks. All of Capricorn season, we're going to realize the stronghold of darkness that was on our life and how it never was going to work because we didn't even know half of it. And it's because we were too innocent, we were too pure, and not necessarily naive. Innocent people are not naive. They just believe everybody has a good heart. Naive people believe that everybody else is good-natured. We knew that some people were not good-natured, but they never showed us outright they gave us smiling faces. They hid the knife behind their back. So this is a time where we learn our mission, our purpose in this life, and we begin to understand the calling on our life and the destiny we've come here to fulfill. Okay, we keep getting a lot of 10s. So now we have a triple 10, Wheel of Fortune. Something's about to hit. I just feel it. Yeah, there's something approaching on the way, some kind of answered prayer, because the Three of Cups, answered prayer because we've been protected for a long time. And basically our soul and our spiritual gifts, High Priestess. But the tables are turning. We're about to get some kind of recognition because we're about to accomplish something. What is this Imperatore Imperatrice? What is the divine pairing doing here? We don't have Amatrice. It might not be about love. It might be about ruling the nation or, as above, so below, being the earthly counterpart for this heavenly authority. Because it's not going to be seen to the unhealed, unawakened. They're going to notice that we have this grace on us. They're going to notice that we have this favor on us, but they're not going to understand why. They don't have, and that's the truth. They don't have what it takes because they're low on the low. They're just going to sit there and fight our destiny. They're going to sit there and fight our birthright. And here's what's up. It's because they're either feeling rejected or we have decided to detach. So they're upset because the person that they used to be able to lean on, rely on, has walked away, leaving them left to their own devices. And there is some kind of orchestration machination here with the Three of Swords and this Eight of Pentacles. It means that there was a plan. It was underway. It was working for a while, but it got burnt out or died, or the cycle's for sure over with this Ten of Swords here. We have a double king, so let's look at this pair of kings. King of Wands, King of Cups. So somebody here can be so there's a new beginning as well. And there might be some kind of partnership because a pair of kings can talk about an alliance. We do have the Emperor and the Empress, but we don't have the Lovers of the Temperance card. So it's not talking about soul mate or twin flame. It's talking about a partnership, but a divine one. And with the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, it's I feel like the light workers and the seers and the messiahs and the prophets, we're all falling into formation. Because we have passed this now with the Six of Swords. Before there was conflict and conundrums, Five of Wands, the little demons, the little criminals, they were doing something. And they had some kind of stronghold that's dissipated. It was time with the Three of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune came twice with the Ace of Swords twice. That means it was time. So tell me about this pair of kings, please. Okay, so something's coming back to bite somebody. Um, a detractor. Something's coming back to bite the other side because we're on purpose, we're on mission. Something didn't work because we didn't forsake our journey, we didn't forsake our destiny, we didn't forsake the calling on our life. Yeah, it's actually going to be a little bit of anger expressed in the divine realm because things balance out, Six of Pentacles. And unfortunately, we're still doing what we came here to do, or we got back on the path, is what I'm being told. It was a returned destiny. Destiny has returned, it's already been restored. And that's the truth here. It's a restoration of destiny, a restoration of the timeline. It's already happened, and now it's the other side is being informed. There's this sense of entitlement, though. So what they're doing now is cementing in their fate, because we have frenemies. The only people left in our environment are frenemies. Five of Swords is a frenemy energy. And it's because of our strength. There's this energy of trying to take us down, to see if they can rage bait us or something of that nature. That's the strategy. Because we're already sitting on the throne. We might not know that yet, but we're already sitting on the throne because our heart's desires has been answered, but we also have a new opening of the heart here. And again, our birthright is being contested. Five of Wands is a contestation energy. It might be jealousy as well. But we have this discernment now that we didn't have before. So we're on F with the bow, especially with the strength card out here. That's emotional fortitude, strength, courage, and wisdom. Everything that anybody does comes before the throne of the divine. The Four of Swords and the judice, the il justicia, the judgment, the Aeon in this deck. But the Four of Swords and the Aeon card, ooh, that's literally standing before the throne of the divine. It's standing right before God's throne. And there have been some kind of orchestrations, machinations with the Three of Swords here to hold us down in place. It's called pinning somebody down, like in a jar or something, but it doesn't work. The river spirits won't allow it. I'm hearing Ashtavasu in Vodun, it's the Tahosu and the Mamiwata. They're not allowing it. It's not happening. We have Chandra or Lisa Badu here. It's not happening. So there might have also been like death magic or timeline magic. I'm getting a lot of vulture energy. So this is some of the most nasty evil that one can ever see, but we haven't seen the devil. So that means it already happened in the past. And again, there's something here in God's hands. This is the combination here. The Wheel of Fortune with the Hangman. It means destiny is delayed or it's in God's hands. And I'm hearing that. You get the whole world in his hands. Yeah, with the Nine of Pentacles. So we're a demigoddess. And just so we know, a lot of the last name of the angels is Demiurgos. And I don't like to speak Greek personally for spiritual reasons, but there's nothing wrong, especially if that's your lineage. I was around during the Minoan times, I understand. But I'm hearing that Demiurgos, so there's divine beings, and then here comes the ministering angel. What's going on? I mean, clearly I'm right on point. I just wish I knew what was going on. It's bedtime, so this is turmeric lemon ginger tea with If you put tart cherry in your drink, it helps you go to sleep. So again, we're moving into formation. We've successfully defended our spot. There's an Aries sun here, a Leo sun here, an Aries moon here, a Leo moon here. That could also be a Scorpio or Taurus rising. That could also be a Capricorn or Libra rising. We have a pair of eights. Okay, so that's this spell to do a swap, to do a destiny swap. It didn't work. That's what backfired. And it's really upsetting the divine. But you see, for the ninth house, let's just say that this way, we had to find our faith. We had to fall into line, fall into formation. We had to find ourselves. We had to willingly take on a belief in the Lord. And it might not be God. It could be higher power. It could be source energy. Whatever energy that we subscribe to that connects us to unconditional loving universal oneness. It doesn't matter what this higher power is, as long as it's loving, caring, kind, greater than ourselves, and more powerful than ourselves. Some kind of energy, entity, ideology that makes us humble. Seven of Swords. So we found a truth. And we also broke out and broke free because we were left on a path of being in depression. They wanted to freeze our heart so that the divinity wouldn't anchor into our spirit, into our aura. And that was unsuccessful. There's a lot of backfiring here, and it's well hidden, which means it already happened. And the consequences are coming to bear now. I'm going to mute just for a quick second while I blow my nose. Give me a moment. Okay, we're back. I'm a clean freak, dear. If my place is not clean, it must be tidy. If it's not tidy, it must be clean, or I can't live. So we did the double 8. We did the double king. We did the emperor, empress. We need to do this double 10. We have a pair of 10s here. Okay, so we have a double message here. There's a message from some other side. And the ninth house doesn't give a lot of meaning about who this person, place, or thing is. Usually it's just the demonic forces, the Santoshima. It means fundamental darkness. It's the abyssal void, the abyssal madness, because we've just left the 8th house, the astral realm. So there was some energy, entity, ideology here thinking that if they got us out of our love vibration, or if they were able to steal our love for the divine, if they were able to cut off the sources to our love, that our heart would close up, or their stronghold on us would have been successful. And that's what they kept trying. They kept coming back, making sure that we could only go towards them or go towards it. Because of our divinity. The reason that we're called divine feminine or divine masculine is because we're demigod. We're divine, we're a divine being. When we ascend to the heavens, we're not in a low vibrational form. We're a pure, bright, blissful being. With this 5 of Wands talks about jealousy. Because we have oh my gosh, there's something here trying to strip us, trying to strip the wealth in our hand. That's our spiritual inheritance, trying to give us some kind of stuck on stupid energy where we don't lean towards the divine for help. Also trying to make us not have an awakening in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. They don't want us to redeem ourselves. So they did manage to get us to fall a little bit, but not fall from grace, fall in our vibration. Okay, so we got everything. No, we also have a pair of queens here. Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Wands. Somebody also has their moon in Libra. They weren't chosen. It means that they're not doing what they need to do to make it here in this life. So there's some sense of a lack of favor, a lack of grace. It's there for them, but the thing about it, in reverse, it means that it's delayed or it's muted or it's inherent. So it's intrinsic to their energy. They're not stepping into their divinity. They're choosing to compare themselves to everybody else. And that's the truth. It doesn't take much for them. It's because they have a high spiritual rank, but they need to live according to it and they're not doing it. There's one very clear action to take, the sword. It's one very clear action to take. They're refusing. We did the double, the pair of tens. Let's do the triplicity of, we have a triple 10 here. I keep hearing sinful in there, so they're full of sin. Seven of Swords that came out, that could be trespassers, sinful people. Again, the thing they need to do is according to their high spiritual rank, they need to find soul's wisdom. But they're a raider. They're going towards the throne trying to overpower. And that's their modus operandi. And it's because they're unhealed, unawakened, because all they can remember is their lack of what they have. They don't remember all the things that they do have. So they're feeling broken off from heaven, but they're not being a heavenly being. So the more they act, the further away they get from the divine. That's what's going on. And so again, it is not about another person. This is why we are what we are. It's because we turn towards love. We turn towards grace. We turn towards harmony. We turn towards unity. We turn towards unconditional love. Even if we have to take space, even if we can't condone or tolerate the behavior in that environment, surrounding space, location, we will move to a different space and still love on these people. Whatever is happening to us is happening for us. So we use every experience as we use our life itself as the vehicle for our spiritual illumination. And that's just not what somebody else can do. We're dealing with a lot of trespassers. Those that are reeky deeky sneaky tweaky. With the Two of Swords, they're duplicitous. They're falsifying. They're bastard, they're sacrilege. And somebody here is needing to either break out, break free, needing truth, clarity, or needing to be sneaky. So it's false love. And with the Five of Wands here, it's a contestation. There's a vie here there's truth for us to come out. The cunning, the strategy, the tactic is for us to discover our gift here, but it's going to come through understanding our talent and cultivating our natural innate beauty, which is probably how we refine our gifts, our talent. It's the role and the responsibility we have to the divine. Once we have discernment about that, we can see people for who they are as they come towards us. And that's really why we've gone through whatever ordeal. This is the third. We've had all 10s come out. This is the second pairing. I mean, this is the fourth pairing and the second triplicity. Yeah, so we were held in place so we can secure a position. And what this was discernment. We needed to see people coming at us as they were, what they were, and not the illusion, delusion, confusion, the mirage, the glamour that they put out there. Five of Cups, Ten of Swords is we needed to have a bubble burst for sure, for certain, and in perpetuity. Because we kept going towards people with love in our heart, smile on our face, even though we were honoring and serving the devil, not like worshiping or, revering, but we were just always giving some of our goodies to the dark side or to the evil side or to the other side, to the enemy. Truth. Okay, that's truth. Then what else just popped out? Yeah, again, contestation of our divinity. This is moth to a flame energy here. Oh, 10 of Wands, 10 of Wands. Yeah, so the reason that we went through that ordeal is because if we didn't get held in place and learn how to deal with the BS, not handle it, handle the BS, not deal with it, handle the BS, we would have been lost because we were volunteered as tribute. Whoever, whatever, what have you, if we didn't find our divinity, if we didn't find our truth, if we didn't find our path, if we didn't find out who we were, what we are, what we were about, we would have fallen to the dark. We needed to have the right kind of truth, and it needed to come out in a specific order. We have a pair of aces here. I want to check into that. So there's a new partnership with the divine because we were left in a sunken place, and that taught us something. But that was also a war strategy. Somebody that was obsessed with control, and they had this desire to punish us, to abuse us in some kind of way. We needed to deal with our shadow side. We were a little bit of a liability to the Lord for a minute because of actions we weren't willing to take, boundaries, clarity, standards, authenticity, genuine. I don't know how to say that. Authentic, genuine, and sincere. We were not seeing things for what they were. We always have this need to love, to serve, to honor, to correct every situation. We can assist every situation. We can't correct it. That's a two-party deal. Sometimes the correct thing to do is to take space. Sometimes you say, hey, I love you, I honor you, I praise you. I'm going to walk away and I'm praying for you. And I hope you get healed. I hope you get saved. I can't stick around for this. Because again, we were dealing with not sinister, evil, and wicked people, or unhealed, unawakened, miserly, embittered people. And that's why we couldn't get all the glory of the divine, because we can't take everybody with us where we're going. It took a very long time for us to figure that out, because we kept going back to players, not, dating players. It's not always about love and sex and marriage. But we kept circling the block for people that we needed to leave behind for sure. They need to catch up to us, not the other way around. But what about all four of these 10s? Yeah, we needed to learn how to protect the spot that we had, because that was what the stakes were. There was a lure to the dark side, and it didn't work because of the purity of our soul. We were protected from damnation, but the cost of that was to lose on people. We had to let a lot of people go, and we had to go through all of the drama and the trauma of letting go of those people. We have another double queen. Queen of Swords. Yeah, Queen of Wands. So this is a liar, mentirosa. A witch that trespassed by trying to sacrifice us. And we were volunteered as tribute. Now, us on our end, that would be somebody that needs to protect their divine inheritance and figure that out. Seven of Swords, Queen of Wands. That's somebody that needs to defend the truth of who they are, what they're about. And it took a long time with the Knight of Pentacles, but we're finally ready with the Page of Pentacles. We've been prepared to understand this truth, and it's given us strength and courage. Okay, and then the Thunderbolt came down, so that says something. So let's move on here. And so the fact that we've had certainty and security, that's okay. That's why there's terms and conditions. Something is coming due. There's something is about to happen. Something's about to hit. It's been a long time of the darkness trying to prevent us from venturing out into the light, but it's happening. Everybody is being left to their own devices, and we're stepping forward into glory. And it's going to be seen across the world, across the cosmos. Yeah. There were people that could have elevated themselves by staying attached to us, but they didn't. They decided to fight with us. Whoever these people are doesn't matter. We're making changes and finally stepping towards our sacred mission, our sacred calling. And we've been able to stare death in the face. We've had the ego death because we went inside for wisdom instead of looking outside for answers. And again, just because we have the emperor and the empress, it doesn't mean that there's love here. I'm not getting love. I'm getting that we needed to find our talent. We needed to figure out what to do with ourselves. And then Aries just popped over. Self-love and Aries. Okay. And then there's God again. Okay, let me stop. Okay, so passionate, driven, energetic, restless, leader, ambitious. I was impulsive, irrational, and selfish. I pushed this connection to its breaking point. I'm sorry for causing you so much conflict in our lives. Self-love, learning to forgive oneself and others, healing their inner child with shadow work, recognizing the triggers that had affected them from moving on. I've been working on my self-worth, and I'm recognizing the issues that have been holding me back. I'm trying to heal myself and loving myself first. So it's been an honor and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing me the privilege and the pleasure to do so. If anything that was said resonated deeply with you, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. This is a closing prayer to all those that are lost out there. Ooh, they're going to hell now. This is a quick prayer going out there to all those that feel lost to illusion, delusion, confusion, yet to heal, yet to awaken, yet to return to the resplendent grace of the divine and unconditional love and universal oneness. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be whole, may you be at peace, may you get everything that you ever wanted, starting with what you deserve. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I hope that you return home, saved, finding salvation and redemption, falling into your sacred mission here upon the earth, answering the calling on your life, having your path illuminated and your steps ordered back to the divine. If anything I said resonated deeply with you, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. As always, my name was Priestess Abossi. I was your oracle today, and I was sent to deliberate the findings for the transiting moon into Leo. It was about us finding our spot. We've already had our spot. We've already always had our spot. However, now the knowledge of our spot, the truth of our spot, the truth about the calling on our life, the destiny that is supposed to fulfill is starting to come into focus. We've been wandering through the 8th house, having to go through battles, having to go through tests, having to go through trials, having to go through tribulations, having to deal with the 6th house, the 7th house, hidden enemies, open enemies. Now that that's been discovered, it's no longer about the enemies. We can collectively call them the dark. What this is about is us removing the obstacles to have the faith, removing the obstacles to be guided by faith, not by sight. Most of it was being attached to other people, places, things. We kept circling the block, looking over our shoulder, wondering why we couldn't take all the people with us where we're going. It's because they weren't worthy. They will wake up in their own time. They will heal. They will awaken in their own time. We can't carry them on our back into the promised land. We have to let them go, or we're going to be stopped at the gate. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. Until we meet again, until we meet again. Namaste, Dandava, and Ashe. Sayonara, Auf Wiedersehen. Bye-bye.